August 2019, what a month for metal it has been. We already had Slipknot drop their album, We Are Not Your Kind, and even though I was a little bit bummed that it wasn't necessarily Iowa levels of heavy, it's still a really good album, so congratulations to them. And we got Tool dropping a track, and they're going to drop their album at the end of this month. And now we have Killswitch Engage with their 8th studio album, Atonement, that just dropped. It's been a few years since they released their last album, Incarnate, which was a pretty good album. It was definitely an improvement from Disarm the Descent, which I thought was a really good album. I thought it had a lot of good tracks on it. I just thought it was really poorly produced. But overall, they've been putting out some good stuff. But I gotta say, with Atonement, I think they really found the niche. They found what they were trying to achieve. It's like you have that old school vibe that you got from all the old school stuff like Alive or Just Breathing, and then the stuff that they had when they were popping with Howard with As Daylight Dies. I think there was a really good marriage, and I really am liking how this album came out. So the album kicks off with the song Unleashed, which was a single that they released a while back. It was the first one, here's a taste of the new album. And you could just tell that the production was a lot better. It's really fine-tuned, and the bass is turned up, which I really appreciate. Now, it's not to the level that I really want it to be. I want the bass to be at a level say how it is with Job for a Cowboy's Sun Eater. I just really appreciate when the bass is considered to be another instrument and not just the back ends to a guitar, but I digress. Jesse's vocals sound really good here. It might be at his absolute best. The cleans are very roaring. They sound so powerful, and you can tell he's had surgery done and he's been working with Melissa Cross, so he just really seems like even at this age, he's really in his prime. And that's all well and good, but I have to throw a little bit of shade at you, Jesse. It's not about your music, but I wanted to congratulate you on the album. And you just left me on red, bro. Damn, that really hurt my soul, man. I'm just come on, nigga, not even a thank you? Pretty good track to open up the album with. Nothing too crazy, kind of just showcasing what they can do. And things really do pick up with the second track, The Signal Fire, which was a track that I've been wanting to hear for a while because it is the one that has Howard Jones featured on it. Howard Jones being the previous Killswitch Engage singer. And, I gotta be honest, I was a little bit disappointed because it didn't have much of Howard on it. And it's a little bit too blended. You can hear him kind of singing along on the choruses. That's pretty much it for that, and then he just has his one verse where he's screaming his ass off. It does sound good, and it's cool that he featured with them. It's just, I feel like a lot of people were a little bit disappointed because when you think of Howard Jones, you think of his just amazing, his epic cleans. That dude has some of the most powerful and commanding vocals, and it was just a little bit disappointing. It's he didn't really do what he does best. I think that was why it was a little bit lackluster. It's not it's a bad feature in any way, shape, or form, but it's just when you hear Howard, you immediately think stuff like this. There's this song called The God That I Deserve, which reminds me of Deftones' Diamond Eyes, but just with Howard's commanding opera voice over it. You should definitely give that a listen. The third track on this album is my absolute favorite on the entire album, Us Against the World. I think it's one of the better songs they've written in a very long time. I just think everything really came together, and I think it has one of those signature Killswitch Engage choruses that is gonna really be remembered. I think just Jesse's his melody, and I think the guitar riff that's going on in the background, the leads, it is just a perfect marriage. What a great track. I'll probably listen to that one at least 10 times. It is a very good track. They get a little bit heavy with the Crownless King, and this song features Chuck Billy, who's the singer of Testament, so, you know, he does his thing, so it's overall a good track, you know, but I still consider it somewhat of a filler. The second single that they released before the album came out is I Am Broken Too, which is a very short song, but it's a very meaningful song, a very powerful song that a lot of people can relate to, especially people that are like down in the dumps, people that are dealing with depression, just like kicking their ass and stuff like that. Really just showing, hey guys, I'm broken too. Like, let me show you that things aren't all peachy and it's all right, you know what I mean? And Jesse got it tattooed. It just really showed a lot of solidarity. And it's really cool because, you know, it's one of the reasons why I like Killswitch so much, because of the hardcore and brother and sisterhood type of mentality that Jesse has. Like, I fuck with that very heavily. So it was definitely a cool track. Skipping ahead with the track Ravenous, it really sticks out to me because one thing that Killswitch was always known for was breakdowns. And it's something that they've kind of deviated from. They don't do as many as they used to. Some people would criticize them, but I didn't give a shit. I love breakdowns. And Ravenous has a really nice sounding breakdown, very groovy. And then, you know, Jesse's doing his thing over it. Another track that stands out is their last one, By the Hand That Feeds. I think this is a really good song, and I really like the speed and the tremolo that they're using. It just sounds so fucking good. It's the type of like marriage of metal and hardcore that I just love so much. You can never have enough speed. So that's pretty much the album, and I gotta say, there isn't a track on here, in my opinion, that is bad or lackluster. You know, I skipped over some of them because I don't want this thing to be extremely long, but this is a great listen to all the way through. It's not boring. The choruses hit. Like, there's no like trashy or just like weak choruses. It almost seems like they just really brought their A game. Maybe even things that say that were possibly going to be saved for Times of Grace and that was borrowed, because there was that album that Adam and Jesse did, Times of Grace, that just has like, I was like, this has stuff that should have been on Killswitch Engage's albums. And I feel like with Atonement, we got some of that. There is some really high soaring choruses, amazing riffs, things that like I actually wanted to, I was like, I need to learn this and cover this as soon as possible. And to be honest, when I was listening to Incarnate, their previous album, there was nothing that really made me want to do that. Even though I was like, yeah, there's some songs in here, there's definitely some bangers on here, but it didn't make me want to like have to just go and then just, I really want to cover something so badly. And even with Disarm the Descent, the same thing, where I was like, there's some good shit on here, but it's just like, it's just good listenable stuff, with maybe Beyond the Flames being one of those exceptions, because I still think that's a very good written song. It's a very classic, you know, Howard, Jesse kind of hybrid thing that I was like, oh, this is a very well written song. And we have on Atonement, we have just great songs. And like I said before, with Us Against the World, I think that's one of the best songs they've written in a long time. And I definitely want to do, at the very least, a vocal cover, even though it'll sound like trash compared to Jesse. Just do it just because I love music and I love metal. I love this type of stuff, man. Melodic stuff and just heavy guitars. So I'm really like this album. I really do. It's not the greatest thing in the fucking world, but as far as like what I've heard and what the type of stuff they've been putting out before, like I definitely, this is at least an 8 in my eyes. You know, I might even put it at a 9. Like I would say if I was going to be Anthony Fantano, I would say a strong 8 to a light 9. Like I really enjoy this album through and through, and I'm only going to enjoy it even more as time goes on, which is really important. You know, I've only had like, last night and then this morning to listen to it and to absorb it, and I'm already digging it that much, and it's like it hasn't even completely settled in yet. So I definitely feel confident saying like an 8-ish 9. It's a very good album, guys. If you haven't listened to it yet, you definitely should, and I guarantee you're probably going to agree with me with Us Against the World being just a fucking very good written song, which is one of the catchiest choruses I've heard in such a long time. But that's it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took something from it. Please like it if you did, and share it around too. Maybe you want to share it to Jesse and let him know that I'm a little disappointed that he didn't respond to my message. I'm just kidding. I don't really want to throw shade. That'd be fucking awkward. But you guys have a wonderful day. Let me know what other reviews you want me to do, because there's so many I have to catch up on, and then maybe things that I'm not even aware of. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.